What's required of the participants, and by that we mean the client. So in our case, it would be the people who are getting divorced, but if you're doing a different kind of mediation, it's who's ever involved in the dispute. It requires a commitment to the mediation process. So mediation is always, well, I guess not always, but in our case, the mediation is voluntary. Sometimes they have mandatory mediation, at least to try it, but of course, it's not for everybody. But we do ask that people be committed to the process and to stay in there, even when it feels like it's difficult, as Andrea said, when the conversation's difficult, because it often touches on things that are very personal. It requires, on their part, a willingness to assert their views, their perspectives on the things that are important, and a willingness and ability to listen to what the other person has to say and to realize that even if you don't agree with it, that other person's experience and feelings about what they're articulating are valid. And that's where I say open to understanding the other person's view, but even if you don't agree with it. And also being willing to share all relevant information. And so in divorce, that's often financial information. And being motivated to mediate, being motivated to resolve the problem, to do collective problem solving, which is really how I think of this, as a collective problem solving endeavor, and to sort of get to the finish line. And it involves taking responsibility. Sometimes the people don't want to make decisions for their own lives. I've been involved in situations where people say, I want somebody to force me to do something because I'm getting divorced reluctantly. I want the judge to tell me what to do. Mediation requires that people be willing to take responsibility for their lives, take responsibility for their futures, and to do this problem solving with the other person. It's actually very difficult, especially when you're in conflict with somebody. And it also requires that you work toward an agreement that's sort of holistic, meeting the needs of everybody in the family as best as possible,